Preparing for 2025. How to be ready for whatever happens next. Hi, it's the Urban Lady Prepper. With so much information being bantered back and forth, it seems that navigating 2025 will be a daunting task. This week, I will provide some practical strategies and budgeting tips to tackle this challenge head on and help you survive some very trying times. From understanding the tariffs' impact on your grocery bill, to the threat of a recession, to the looming threat of losing health coverage, I will strive to help you understand what's coming and confidently secure your family's economic survival in 2025. Now that folks have looked up how tariffs work after the election, we understand that the consumer will ultimately pay the costs. For those of us who missed the memo, the way tariffs work is that the importing company pays the tariff imposed on the country they're importing from. So let's use China as an example. Walmart purchases its good from China. Then, when the goods arrive at the port, Walmart has to pay that tariff because it's the company importing them. Of course, Walmart isn't going to eat that increased cost. They're going to pass that on to us, the consumers. Actually, Walmart has already warned that their prices will be raised because of the tariff threat. The tariffs expected to be placed on China, Canada, and Mexico mean increased prices of goods such as food, electronics, cars, auto parts, aluminum, steel, and more. These tariffs may also cause shortages, as importing certain items may not be worth it for some companies, and small businesses may have difficulty sustaining themselves. Companies of impacted industries are trying to get ahead of these tariffs by ordering inventory in advance, meaning depleted end-of-the-year reserves that may have been our Christmas bonuses. With the promise of mass deportations comes an upcoming labor crisis and a significant loss in tax revenue. Folks need to be aware that undocumented workers paid almost $100 billion, that's billion with a B, in taxes last year. In addition, the economy will take a hit as the cost to implement the deportations is projected to be approximately $80 billion a year. So not only do we lose that income as a country and spend nearly as much to enact this plan, there will not be enough workers to harvest crops, support the hospitality industry, build homes, and do other work many Americans just don't line up to do. For this reason, food costs will more than likely increase even more. The real estate industry, already facing challenges due to housing costs and low inventory, will find less housing available. Home and rent prices will increase due to the demand. The damage this will cause us as a country on a moral, emotional, and financial level will be extensive and tragic. Now that some folks have learned that Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act are the same thing, after the election, this new awareness has caused sheer panic. The same people enjoying the others losing their health insurance are finding out that they were using that same government subsidies to afford their care. This has been a rude awakening because now they too have to find ways to navigate the upcoming medical crisis millions of Americans will face once this program is gutted or discontinued altogether. Inflation has been a sore point, but many don't understand that this is a global issue and that the U.S. fared better than most countries. Inflation has been decreasing since its highest peak a couple of years ago. Various factors, including increased production costs, higher demand, and global economic policies and conflicts, can drive inflation. From the most basic level, we understand that as inflation rises, the value of money diminishes, requiring more money to purchase the same items. It may plateau soon, but the issues I brought up earlier may drive it back up again. This can, has, and will impact our daily lives and future decisions. Oh, and add to all of this, many social issues will emerge from the deportations, as well as certain programs and departments that are threatened to be dismantled or changed to the detriment of certain groups. Unemployment will rise as those who used to have those jobs must find other work. Parents will have to make tough decisions as the threat to defund public schools will force them to either homeschool or pay for private education. This is an additional strain on an already stretched budget. Either one parent has to stay home to do the homeschooling, or the parents have the added expense of paying for education, and let's not ignore those daily babysitters called teachers that used to be free and allowed a two-income household. But wait, there's more. For children with special needs, part of the government funding for public schools are the IEPs and other services that are helpful to them and their parents. If the Department of Education is dismantled, these parents will have the additional stress of finding ways to replace those essential tools, which will be another hit to the budget. Did I mention we're as close to World War III as we've been in decades? Yeah, we are. Whew, I know it's a lot. Of course, these conditions lead to desperate people. There will be some angry, frustrated people, and that means increased levels of crime. Certain groups have been emboldened to attack others as hate crimes continue to increase. So, how can you survive all of this? These sweeping changes coming in 2025 and over the next few years. If you've never considered prepping before or have been lax in your prepping, you must do it now. The issues I just mentioned are merely the tip of the iceberg. Food prices have continued to rise due to global conflicts, such as the war in Ukraine. Extreme weather caused by global warming affects crop yields and animal management, driving up prices for staples like grains, vegetables, and beef. The current bird flu affects poultry and has now been found in some dairy cows. Supply chain issues, exacerbated by global events and labor shortages, result in delays and increased transportation costs, further inflating food prices. Additionally, rising global demand for food, driven by population growth, puts pressure on available resources and impacts pricing as well. Understanding these factors and being aware of what affects the goods you use daily is essential for adapting and finding ways to mitigate their impact. Be prepared for potential shortages in your grocery store. Certain products may be temporarily unavailable or unaffordable. Items like fresh produce, meat, dairy, and yes, eggs may be the most impacted, making it crucial to have a flexible shopping list. Additionally, staying informed about market trends and potential shortages can help you plan better. You can consider diversifying your sources by supporting local farmers or learning to substitute items to get ahead of shortages. Start planning meals around sales and seasonal produce to maximize savings. Use store loyalty programs and apps to access discounts and earn rewards. Buying freeze-friendly foods in bulk can reduce costs over time, though it's essential to ensure proper storage to prevent waste. You can further adapt by purchasing store brand or non branded items and taking advantage of BOGOs, 10 for 10s, coupons, etc., and opting for generic products which often provide similar quality at a lower price. Another effective strategy is to make a shopping list and stick to it, avoiding impulse buys that add up quickly. Try delivery services that provide imperfect or surplus foods that may be affected by tariffs or shortages. Be open to trying new recipes that utilize affordable ingredients. Have extra water stored in case of burst pipes in your home or a water main break in your area. By implementing these things, you can stretch your grocery budgets further, maintain access to nutritious meals, and be ready for emergencies and shortages without compromising your financial health. Buying items that do double and triple duty will lower your shopping costs. Items such as vinegar and citric acid are not only ingredients, but can also be used to make cleaning products that are economical and environmentally friendly. Body washes and shampoos generally have the same ingredients, so instead of buying a $5 body wash and a separate $4 shampoo, a $1 shampoo may cover both. Embracing DIY and homemade solutions can significantly cut family costs. Families can save money that would otherwise be spent on store-bought goods and services by making substitutions, making your own personal care items, and doing simple repairs. Learning basic home maintenance skills, like fixing leaky faucets or painting, can reduce the need for professional services. Crafting homemade gifts or decorations can add a personal touch without breaking the bank. Engaging in DIY projects also offers the opportunity to learn new skills and foster creativity within the family. By choosing these solutions where feasible, you can manage expenses more effectively and enjoy the satisfaction of creating something while also creating a more cost-effective lifestyle. Reducing energy and utility expenses is a practical approach to cost-saving strategies in 2025. Oil and gas are industries that global conflicts, tariffs, and higher demand will impact. If you purchase oil or gas for heating, get it now. Lock in a price if possible. Peak demands begin in December and run through January. Conduct an energy audit of your home to identify areas where efficiency can be improved. Simple actions such as stopping drafts, switching to LED lighting, using energy efficient appliances, and unplugging devices when not in use can lead to significant savings. Consider investing in a programmable thermostat to optimize heating and cooling, adjusting it to conserve energy when the house is empty. Implement water-saving measures like fixing leaks and installing low-flow shower heads and faucets to reduce water bills. Encourage family members to adopt habits like turning off lights when leaving a room, taking shorter showers, and using natural light whenever possible. Make sure you have an alternate heating source in case you lose power, whether checking your space heaters or getting a generator. Invest in small or mid-sized power banks to charge phones, laptops, and a small fridge if you have one. Keep a cooler available if you need to keep perishable foods and medicines cold should there be a power outage. If you're thinking about improving your home's insulation, now is the time to do it. It may have an upfront cost, but will benefit you in the long run, especially if energy prices spike. If you're considering solar panels, start immediately, as solar panels may become cost prohibitive next year. I can't emphasize it enough. If you have any plans for a big project or expense, such as a new roof or purchasing a car, get on that now to mitigate the higher costs and shortages predicted to come next year. You want to order those materials and get pricing locked for that project before any higher pricing is applied. For those who have and depend on the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare, if you have any suspected medical conditions or need a procedure, get it scheduled ASAP. If the program is dismantled, that procedure that may have been affordable or at least doable may soon be out of reach, especially if you have dental coverage through it and need dental work done. Talk with your doctor or provider to see how much of your medication you can get at the current pricing, and begin to research your options if you need several medications or are receiving specialized equipment or supplies. I recommend getting as much of what you need now. Don't wait. For those interested in having emergency medicines like antibiotics on hand, I recommend a Jace case. I have two and I love them. Real medicines provided online by medical professionals. Visit my website at urbanladyprepper.com or check this podcast's description for a $25 discount link. You can customize your case to have your preferred emergency medicines and avoid traveling in inclement weather or not get them at all due to shortages. If you haven't been great at budgeting, this is the time to get on top of it. Crafting a budget will be vital to achieving economic survival in 2025. Many of us still do not do this. By tracking your monthly income and expenses to understand your financial situation, you can trim any financial fat, keep your budget lean, and be better prepared for any cost increases, job losses, or cutbacks. Start by categorizing expenses into housing, utilities, food, and non-essentials like entertainment. This will help you identify areas where you can cut back. Creating a hierarchy of needs is essential, placing the most critical expenses at the top. Focusing on securing necessities first ensures your family's basic needs will be consistently met. Consider ways to reduce costs within these categories, such as my earlier suggestions regarding food and energy efficiency. Reducing takeout and having meals delivered will save more than you realize. Bring lunch to work instead of buying it every day. Check for any monthly subscriptions you no longer use or want and cancel them. Communicate with all family members about spending priorities to align everyone's understanding and participation in maintaining the budget. Set realistic spending limits and prioritize savings for emergencies and future needs. Use budgeting apps or spreadsheet to keep track of expenditures and adjust as necessary. This approach helps you see where your money is going and help maintain financial stability. Regularly review your budget to accommodate any changes in income or expenses, ensuring it stays relevant and effective. By taking a proactive approach to budgeting, you can better manage the impact of rising costs, shortages, and emergencies, securing more peace of mind. Financial literacy is essential for you to build resilience in 2025. Uncertainty in the market and all the new planned domestic changes may force you to pivot financially. But the most critical item is to get rid of as much debt as possible. It's tough, I know, but it'll only get tougher if you don't do it now. Understanding basic financial concepts such as budgeting, saving, and investing can empower you to make informed decisions and manage your resources effectively. Start by educating yourself about setting financial goals and tracking expenses. Utilize online resources, books, or local workshops to deepen financial knowledge. Check if your employer includes financial services access through your benefits package, or consult with your accountant. If you don't have either and are concerned about how best to protect your money, it may be worth reaching out to a financial professional to help you make the best decisions. Encourage open discussions about money management and involve children in age-appropriate financial activities to build their understanding. By prioritizing financial education, you can strengthen your financial foundations and better adapt to changing economic conditions. Oh, and building an emergency fund is crucial to cover unexpected expenses without derailing long-term plans. Even saving $10 a week in a no-touch envelope or can may come in handy. In a few months, when something pops up, you may be pleasantly surprised at what has accumulated in there. Community support networks can be a vital resource, especially during economic challenges. Know that programs such as SNAP may be changed or discontinued, so if you're currently using that or thought you might need to apply, you should have a plan B. Engaging with local community organizations and support groups can provide families with valuable resources and assistance. Hearing this may be tough. I get that there may be some pride swallowing involved, but more people are finding themselves at food pantries for the first time. If going to a food pantry even once a month helps with your food budget, do it. These networks can also offer things like workshops and clothing. Participating in community activities fosters a sense of belonging and mutual support, creating an emotional safety net during tough times. Volunteering can also strengthen connections and provide a sense of purpose, and sharing experiences and strategies with others can lead to innovative, cost-saving solutions. By doing this, you can build a network, enhancing your ability to navigate economic uncertainties without going far from home. Lastly, maintaining a positive outlook and having the proper mindset is crucial for facing the economic and social challenges coming in 2025. Start by focusing on what you can control, such as managing budgets and seeking cost-saving strategies. Encourage open communication within the family to share concerns and support each other. Setting achievable goals and celebrating small victories can boost morale and reinforce a sense of progress. Engaging in activities that foster well-being, like exercise and hobbies, can provide a much-needed emotional lift. Protect yourself by learning self-defense and creating an emergency plan if you don't have one. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community and leveraging community support networks can offer encouragement and practical assistance. Remember that challenges are opportunities for growth and learning. By fostering a positive mindset, families can better navigate adversities, forging stronger bonds and a more resilient approach to future obstacles. If you're new to my podcast, check out my prior episodes. Visit my website at urbanladyprepper.com, where I have informative articles and resources. Follow me on the socials as well. All of the information I've provided will be more relevant than ever. 2025 is going to be what prepping is all about. Next year is going to test us more than ever. It's better to be over-prepared rather than be without. Please do not stick your head in the sand. Stay aware. Listen to different news sources and get out of the echo chamber. Stay close to those you trust, as lives will be changed substantially. We will need each other to provide as much love, support, and understanding as our exhausted souls can spare. But we're a scrappy bunch. Our young country has been through a lot and put us through a lot. We'll get through this too. Thanks for listening. Stay safe out there. Until next time, this is the Urban Lady Prepper signing off. I hope that I've given you some things to think about as you go through the upcoming week. I upload a new podcast every Sunday. Visit my website, urbanladyprepper.com, where I post a new article every Wednesday and Friday. While there, sign up for my weekly newsletter, which contains information that usually isn't on the podcast or website. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and show your support with a donation or buy some Urban Lady Prepper gear. It helps me continue to grow and provide even more content. Join me on the socials. I look forward to hearing from you. Stay safe, stay sharp, and be ready.